All right, so get ready because we're about to take a deep dive into something really interesting that you shared with us.
Okay.
A whole bunch of strategies for not losing focus as your business grows.
Mm,
So it looks like you're thinking about leveling up, and we're here to break down these tips with you,
right. Yeah.
and we're going to see the bigger picture and figure out what's most important for you.
Exactly.
And I've got expert speaker here to help us do just that.
Well, I'm excited to dig in.
So the source lays out these steps using this fictional digital marketing agency owner as a case study.
Oh,
I call her Mona Lisa.
interesting.
But before we get into the specifics of like her journey and stuff,
Yeah.
what's the one thing that really stood out to you from these tips?
I think the emphasis on goal setting.
Oh, yeah.
It may seem basic,
Sure.
but the source really, really drives home
Mm-hmm.
the importance of having those clear goals, both like those short-term wins
Yeah.
and the big long-term vision.
Okay. I get that goals are important, but I'll admit I sometimes struggle with the whole like big vision thing.
Right.
It feels a bit overwhelming.
Right.
Like, where do you even begin?
Well, that's where the source gets really interesting.
Okay.
It's not just about dreaming big.
Mm-hmm.
It's about breaking down that vision
Right.
into manageable steps.
Okay.
Think of it like planning a road trip.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't just hop in the car and start driving, right?
True.
You need to know where you're going
Of course.
and have a map to get there.
Yeah.
Your goals are your destination and your roadmap.
I like that.
So what's your ultimate destination as you scale up?
Right.
What are you working towards?
That's a really good analogy.
Thanks.
Okay, so I have my destination and I'm starting to map out the route.
Right. So what's next?
So once you know where you're headed,
Yeah.
it's all about managing your time and resources effectively to get there.
Mm-hmm.
The source recommends some popular productivity tools
Okay.
like Trello, Asana, and Monday.com.
Have you tried any of those? I've used all three.
Oh, wow.
Have you experimented with any of those?
I've dabbled in Trello,
Yeah.
but to be honest, I get a little lost
Yeah.
in all the bells and whistles.
I understand.
Do you have any tips on how to use those tools without getting bogged down in the organization itself?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The key is to find what works best for your workflow and style.
Mm-hmm.
Some people love the visual aspect of Kanban boards like Trello,
Yeah.
while others prefer a more linear approach.
Yeah, I can see that.
The source also emphasizes techniques like time blocking,
Right.
which can be super helpful for staying focused
Yeah.
and avoiding that dreaded multitasking trap.
So true.
So how do you typically manage your time?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any go-to strategies?
Well, I'm definitely a time blocker.
Yep.
I schedule dedicated chunks of time for specific tasks.
Yeah.
But, I struggle with sticking to the schedule.
Oh, sure.
Something always seems to come up.
Yeah, yeah.
What does the source say about staying on track when those inevitable interruptions pop up?
The source emphasizes the importance of building a solid team
Okay.
and learning to delegate effectively.
Mm.
As you grow, it becomes impossible to do everything yourself.
True.
And trying to micromanage every detail is a recipe for burnout.
No, so true.
Yeah.
You're spreading yourself too thin
Right.
and end up being less effective overall.
Exactly.
But how do you know what to delegate?
Yeah.
Especially when you're so passionate about like every aspect of your business.
Well, that's where having a clear understanding of your strengths and weaknesses comes in.
Okay.
The source recommends focusing on the tasks that only you can do,
Mm-hmm.
the things that leverage your unique expertise
Right.
and add the most value to your business.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
What are those high-value activities that only you can do?
Mm-hmm.
Are you spending enough time on those, or are you getting bogged down in the day-to-day minutia?
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in putting out fires
Mm-hmm.
and lose sight of those strategic high-impact activities.
Oh.
So let's say I've nailed down my goals.
Okay.
I'm managing my time effectively,
Right.
and I'm starting to build a team.
Yeah.
What else should I be thinking about as I scale up?
Well, the source dives into the importance of monitoring your performance and staying adaptable.
Okay.
Mona Lisa, the digital marketing agency owner in the case study,
Right.
likely kept a close eye on key metrics
Mm-hmm.
like website traffic engagement and ad performance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What are the key performance indicators in your industry?
Mm-hmm.
What are you tracking to make sure you're on the right path?
For me, it's all about lead generation and conversion rates.
Okay.
But the digital marketing landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah, that is.
New platforms pop up all the time,
Mhm.
algorithms change,
Yeah,
and it feels like a never-ending race to stay ahead of the curve.
right.
Does the source offer any advice on navigating that constant change?
Well, it emphasizes the importance of staying informed about industry trends, but it also warns against chasing every shiny new object.
That resonates with me.
Yeah,
I definitely fall into the trap of trying the next big thing sometimes.
me too.
So how do we stay informed without getting completely sidetracked?
The source suggests experimenting with new platforms or strategies,
Okay.
but like on a small scale first.
Okay.
It's like dipping your toes in the water
Yeah.
before diving head first.
Right.
You get a feel for things without committing too many resources.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you've been wanting to try but haven't taken the plunge?
Well, there's this new social media platform
Yeah.
that's generating a lot of buzz,
Okay.
but I'm hesitant to invest a ton of time and energy into it
Yeah,
without knowing if it's a good fit for my business.
I get it.
Maybe I'll start with a small pilot campaign and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just dip my toes in.
Exactly. A smart approach.
And speaking of testing and refining,
Mm-hmm.
the source also highlights the importance of gathering client feedback.
Oh, that's so important.
Right, you can't automate genuine feedback, can you?
No, you can't.
It's about building relationships and understanding their needs.
Exactly.
And that ties into a theme that weaves throughout the entire source.
Yeah.
Strong client relationships. It's
Okay.
about communication, exceeding expectations,
Mm-hmm.
and making your clients feel valued.
Absolutely.
What are some practical ways you've found to nurture those relationships as your business has grown?
Well, it's the little things that make a big difference.
Okay.
Personalized notes, remembering birthdays,
Right.
checking in regularly just to see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Those gestures go a long way
Mm,
in building trust and loyalty.
absolutely.
And it shows that you genuinely care about their success.
And speaking of caring,
Yep.
the source reminds us to take care of ourselves, too.
Oh, that's important.
Mona Lisa, our fictional digital marketing guru,
Mm-hmm.
made time for self-care,
Yeah.
and so should we.
Right.
So I'm curious, what are your non-negotiables
Okay.
when it comes to avoiding burnout?
Exercise is a must for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great stress reliever,
Yeah,
and it helps me clear my head.
right.
I also make sure to unplug completely
Okay.
for at least a few hours each day.
Wow.
No phone, no email, no social media.
Seriously?
It's amazing how rejuvenating it can be
Wow.
to just disconnect from the digital world for a while.
I love that. I
Yeah.
need to be better about disconnecting.
It's easy to get sucked in.
It really is.
But remember,
Yeah.
investing in yourself, investing in your business.
True.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
So true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
The source talks about networking and building strategic partnerships.
Right.
For Mona Lisa, this probably meant like attending industry events,
Sure.
joining online communities,
Yeah.
and getting her name and brand out there. What are your thoughts on networking,
Hmm.
especially as your business grows?
Yeah.
Does it become more or less important?
I think it becomes even more crucial as you scale.
Yeah.
You never know where that next lead or collaboration might come from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just about getting your name out there.
Right.
It's about learning from others,
Yeah.
sharing ideas, and building genuine connections.
The source also suggests partnering with other businesses
Yes.
to expand your reach.
Yeah.
Cross-promotions, webinars, co-branded campaigns.
Right.
The possibilities seem endless.
They do.
Have you had any success with strategic partnerships?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've found that collaborating with businesses that offer like complementary services
Mm-hmm.
can be incredibly beneficial.
Oh, for sure.
It allows you to leverage each other's strengths
Yeah.
and create a more comprehensive offering for your clients.
Okay, this next part is really important.
Right.
The source dives into the need for refining processes and systems as you scale.
Okay.
So that's where building scalable systems comes in.
Right.
It's about making sure your business can handle more clients
Mhm.
without you constantly putting out fires.
Right.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
If you're a restaurant owner,
Mm-hmm.
a scalable system might be having a recipe database
Okay.
that any chef can use.
Yeah.
So you're not relying on one person's knowledge.
I see.
What's a system you could put in place to handle growth smoothly?
Oh, that's a great example.
Yeah.
In my business, it might be creating templates
Okay.
for proposals or onboarding new clients.
Right.
Anything that streamlines those repetitive tasks
Yeah.
and frees up my time to
Mhm.
focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly.
And when you have those systems in place,
Yeah.
you can start to automate certain tasks
Right.
and delegate others,
Mhm.
which further enhances your ability to scale.
So it's all about working smarter, not harder, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as we wrap up this first part of our deep dive, let's
Yeah.
not forget the importance of staying passionate and grounded.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the metrics and the to-do list.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it all comes back to that initial spark of passion. Why did you start this whole journey in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
What impact do you want to make?
Yeah.
What gets you excited to jump out of bed every morning?
Those are great questions to reflect on.
And they are.
It's easy to lose sight of the why when things get hectic,
For sure.
but remembering that initial motivation can be so powerful,
It can.
especially when you're facing challenges.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget to celebrate those wins along the way.
Oh, that's so important.
It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind
Yeah.
and forget to acknowledge how far you've come.
Right.
Those small victories can be incredibly motivating
They are.
and help you stay energized for the journey ahead.
Totally.
So to recap,
Okay.
we've covered goal setting, time management, delegation, performance monitoring, client relationships, self-care networking, and systems thinking.
Wow.
That's a lot to digest.
It is.
But remember, these are just the building blocks.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore how these principles apply to different industries,
Okay.
and how you can tailor them to your unique situation.
All right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Stay tuned for more insights and practical tips
Okay.
to help you stay focused and scale your business with intention and purpose.
Sounds good.
We'll see you then.
Okay. It's fascinating how these principles we've been discussing
Yeah.
can be applied across so many different industries.
Right.
You know, we've been talking about Mona Lisa and her digital marketing agency, but these ideas are just as relevant.
Right.
Whether you're running a tech startup,
Yeah.
a restaurant, a nonprofit.
You name it. That's what I love about these foundational principles. They're so adaptable. You know, it's not about following a rigid formula.
Right.
It's about understanding the core concepts and then figuring out how they translate
Right.
to your specific context.
Exactly.
So take the idea of staying updated on industry trends, for example. That's crucial no matter what field you're in.
Oh, absolutely.
But what those trends look like
Yeah.
will vary wildly depending on your industry.
Of course.
Right, for someone in tech,
Mm-hmm.
it might be about keeping up with the latest software developments
Yeah.
or artificial intelligence advancements,
Yeah.
while for a chef,
Yeah.
it might be about understanding evolving culinary trends
Right.
or sourcing sustainable ingredients.
Yeah. And the approach to staying informed might differ as well.
Oh, totally.
Someone in a fast-paced industry might rely on real-time news feeds and online communities,
Right.
while someone in a more traditional field
Yeah.
might attend industry conferences or network with established professionals.
The key is to find those sources of information that are most relevant and reliable
Right.
for your specific needs.
Exactly.
And then, of course, there's the challenge of actually implementing those insights.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
The source suggests experimenting and iterating.
Okay.
So testing new platforms or strategies with a small budget first.
It's that dip your toes in the water approach we talked about earlier.
Jackpot.
You don't want to commit significant resources
Right.
to something that might not work.
Go
Whether you're a retailer trying out a new marketing channel or a manufacturer experimenting with a new production process,
Yeah.
the principle's the same.
Test, learn, and adapt.
Exactly.
That's the name of the game.
It is.
And speaking of adapting, let's talk about client relationships.
Okay.
The source really emphasizes the importance of making your clients feel valued. That's something that transcends industries, wouldn't you say? No
Absolutely.
matter what business you're in,
Yeah,
building strong client relationships is key to success.
it really is.
And it's not just about closing deals. It's about building trust, exceeding expectations, and becoming a true partner in their success.
You know, it's about understanding their needs,
Yeah.
anticipating their challenges,
Right.
and providing solutions that go above and beyond.
And as your business grows,
Yeah.
you can't do everything yourself.
No, you can't.
The source talks about building a reliable team, automating tasks,
Right.
and outsourcing when necessary.
Those are all crucial strategies for scaling up effectively.
They are.
But it can be tricky to let go of control,
Oh, yeah.
especially when you're so passionate about your business.
I hear you.
Yeah,
It's tempting to want to micromanage every detail,
it is.
but the reality is you can't do it all.
You can.
And trying to do so will only lead to burnout and ultimately hinder your growth.
So true.
Delegating effectively is about recognizing your own limitations
Mm-hmm.
and leveraging the strengths of others.
Exactly.
It's about building a team you trust
Yeah.
and empowering them to take ownership of their roles.
And that frees up your time and energy
Right.
to focus on the things that only you can do,
Mhm.
those high-value activities
Yeah.
that drive your business forward.
And let's not forget about personal growth and wellness.
Oh, that's so important.
It's easy to get caught up in the hustle
Mm-hmm.
and neglect our own well-being,
Right.
but that's a recipe for disaster.
It is.
Mona Lisa, in the source material,
Mm-hmm.
made time for self-care,
Yeah.
and that's something we all need to prioritize.
I think it's so important to remember that we're not machines.
Right.
We need time to recharge,
Yeah.
to disconnect, to pursue our passions outside of work.
It's about finding that balance between work and life.
Exactly.
And it looks different for everyone.
It does.
For some people,
Yeah.
it might be about incorporating exercise
Mm-hmm.
or meditation into their daily routine.
Right.
For others, it might be about spending quality time with family and friends
Yeah.
or pursuing a creative hobby.
The key is to find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your life.
Because when you take care of yourself,
Yeah.
you're better equipped to take care of your business.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about staying informed,
Mm-hmm.
experimenting,
Yeah.
nurturing client relationships,
Right.
delegating effectively,
Mm.
and taking care of ourselves.
So what else should we be thinking about
Yeah, that's
as we
fine.
navigate the scaling process?
Well, the source touches on the power of networking
Oh,
and building strategic partnerships.
right.
And I think this becomes even more critical as your business grows.
It does.
I can see how networking could open doors
Yeah.
to new opportunities, collaborations, and insights.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also feel a bit intimidating,
Yeah.
especially if you're not naturally outgoing.
Right. It's all about finding ways to connect with people authentically.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be about attending big industry events
Right.
or working the room at a cocktail party.
I get it.
It can be as simple as joining online communities,
Sure.
attending webinars, or reaching out to people you admire
Yeah.
for a virtual coffee chat.
And when it comes to strategic partnerships,
Mm.
the source gives a great example of Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
potentially partnering with businesses in complementary fields to
Uh-huh.
offer a wider range of services.
That's a win-win situation.
It is.
By collaborating, you can leverage each other's strengths,
Right.
expand your reach, and create a more compelling offering for your clients.
It's about thinking creatively and strategically
Yeah.
about how you can partner with others
Mm.
to achieve mutual success.
And as you build those relationships,
Right.
both with clients and potential partners,
Yeah.
it's important to remember that trust is paramount.
Trust is the foundation of any successful relationship,
It is.
whether it's personal or professional.
And building trust takes time, consistency, and transparency.
It's about being authentic, delivering on your promises,
Right.
and communicating openly and honestly.
Now, as your business grows
Yeah.
and you start to onboard more clients,
Right.
it's crucial to make sure your processes and systems
Okay.
can handle the increased demand.
The source emphasizes the need for standardizing operations and building scalable systems.
What
But
is
what does
it?
that actually look like in practice?
It's about creating clear workflows, documenting procedures, and automating tasks wherever possible.
Think of it like building a solid foundation for your business.
Yeah, good analogy.
If your systems are inefficient
Right.
or can't handle growth,
Mm-hmm.
it'll create bottlenecks and slow you down.
And it's not about creating a rigid one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
It's about finding what works best for your business and your team and being willing to adapt and iterate as you grow.
So it's about finding that balance between structure and flexibility.
Exactly.
You need enough structure to ensure consistency and efficiency,
Mhm.
but you also need to be flexible enough
Right.
to adapt to changing circumstances and
Yeah.
new challenges.
And amidst all of this,
Right.
the goal setting, the networking, the system building, it's easy to lose sight of the why. The source reminds us to stay passionate and grounded,
Yeah.
to remember why we started this whole journey in the first place.
It's easy to get bogged down
Yeah.
in the day-to-day challenges of running a business
Mm.
and lose sight of that initial spark.
But it's that passion that will fuel your drive, your resilience, and your ultimate success.
And celebrating those small wins along the way
Yeah.
can help keep that passion alive.
It's about acknowledging your progress,
Right.
appreciating how far you've come,
Yeah.
and reminding yourself that you're capable of achieving amazing things.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's take a moment to reflect on our why.
Why did you start this business?
Mm-hmm.
What impact do you want to make on the world?
Right.
What gets you excited to jump out of bed every morning?
Those are powerful questions.
They are.
And the answers will guide your decisions,
Yeah.
shape your strategies, and ultimately determine your definition of success.
Because success isn't just about the bottom line. It's about creating something meaningful,
Yeah.
something that aligns with your values and your vision for the future.
It's about building a business that makes a positive impact on the world,
Exactly.
however you define that.
And as you continue to scale and grow,
Yeah,
remember that it's a journey, not a destination.
it really is.
There will be ups and downs,
Of course.
challenges and triumphs.
But as long as you stay focused, adaptable, and passionate, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
And remember, you don't have to do it alone.
That's so important.
Surround yourself with a supportive team.
Yeah.
Seek out mentors.
Mm.
Connect with other entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
And celebrate those wins along the way.
Because entrepreneurship is a team sport.
It is.
And together we can achieve incredible things.
We can.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah.
From setting goals and mastering time management to building a team and nurturing those client relationships. But before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a challenge.
Oh, I like challenges.
Something to really ponder as you continue on your scaling journey.
All right.
So we've been talking about Mona Lisa's digital marketing agency.
Right. Using that as our framework.
Exactly.
Okay.
But what about you? What are some of the unique challenges that you might face when it comes to staying focused as your business scales up?
Right.
Because every industry has its own quirks.
Oh, it does.
Its own curveballs.
Totally.
And it's important to anticipate those potential roadblocks.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the general principles and forget that the specifics can vary so much depending on your industry.
Exactly.
Your niche, even your personality.
Exactly. Let's say you're in a rapidly changing tech field, for example.
Okay.
Your biggest challenge might be staying ahead of the innovation curve without getting sidetracked by every shiny new gadget or software update.
Oh, for sure.
Or maybe you're in a more traditional industry like manufacturing or agriculture.
Okay.
Your challenge might be adapting to digital disruption.
Yeah, that's a big one.
While maintaining those core values and processes that have made your business successful for generations.
Totally. And even within those industries, there are micro niches with their own unique demands.
Of course.
You know, a restaurant owner thinking about expanding to multiple locations faces very different challenges than a freelance writer scaling up their business.
So true for that restaurant owner. It might be about maintaining consistency across locations, managing a larger team, or navigating different local regulations.
Well, for the writer, it might be about building a system for attracting higher paying clients or streamlining their content creation process.
The point is there's no one size fits all solution. But the principles we've discussed, clear goals, strategic delegation, client focus, continuous learning, and that all important passion.
It all comes back to that.
Those are the constants that will help you stay focused.
Absolutely.
And navigate those inevitable bumps in the road, whatever they may be.
It's like having a toolkit equipped with the essentials.
I love that.
You might need to swap out a screwdriver for a wrench. Depending on the task at hand. But those core tools will always be there to help you build and refine your business.
Okay, so as you continue on your scaling journey, take some time to reflect on your unique challenges and opportunities.
Think about it.
What are those potential roadblocks
Yeah.
specific to your industry?
What makes your situation unique?
And how can you leverage those core principles
Right.
to overcome them and achieve your goals?
And don't be afraid to ask for help along the way.
Oh, that's so important.
Find mentors.
Yeah.
Connect with other entrepreneurs. Build a supportive community around yourself.
Right.
Scaling a business can be a lonely journey sometimes,
It can.
but it doesn't have to be.
That's such an important reminder.
Surround yourself with people who inspire you,
Yeah.
challenge you, and understand those unique joys and struggles
Right.
of entrepreneurship.
Celebrate your wins together.
Yeah.
Brainstorm solutions to challenges and remind each other that you're not alone in this crazy, exciting adventure.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's about more than just building a successful business.
It really is.
It's about building something meaningful, something that makes a positive impact on the world, and something that brings you a sense of fulfillment and joy.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, remember to stay focused, stay adaptable, and most importantly, stay true to yourself and your vision.
We've covered a ton of ground today.
We have.
From setting ambitious goals to remembering to celebrate those small wins.
Yeah, those little victories.
But this is just the beginning of your journey.
It is.
Keep learning, keep growing,
yeah,
and keep pushing yourself to achieve those big, audacious dreams.
And remember, we're always here to cheer you on.
Thank you.
And offer support along the way.
Until next time, happy scaling.
See ya.